And Republican leader Darius Mayfield now joins me on the broadcast. Darius Mayfield, what's the latest that you can tell us from the Republican camp, the mood after this assassination attempt, and are you relooking at your entire strategy in this presidential campaign?
Well, it's an honor to be here with you guys today. I'll answer your last question first. No, we're not looking to change anything. If anything, it's just going to make us more invigorated. It gives me more energy. As you guys know, it's pretty late out here, but I've been getting phone calls and text messages for the last 2 hours or for the last few hours since this is broken. And, it's just really energized me because we see happening what the world now sees happening what we've already seen happening for such a long time now. And that's people, espousing these things on one man, on Donald Trump and the Republican Party and saying we're doing such things when they're really engaging in a lot of these criminal tactics, a lot of this bullying, a lot of just, espousing things on people that they're necessarily doing and, the other side isn't engaging in. But now the world gets to see it for themselves. This is a sad day. It's a sad day for America. I know there's a lot of emotions going through the community right now, from sadness, but also to jubilation, how President Donald Trump handled it. We saw that he jumped up, he put his fist in the air, he said, fight, fight. And it just shows you how strong of a man he really is and what we've all seen and what we've all kind of admired over these last 8 years since he's jumped in the presidential race and, became president 8 years ago. So, it's a lot going on right now. The emotions are still raw, but I got to tell you, as far as my campaign, as far as I see happening, nothing much is going to change, man. We're going to be, as I said in my Twitter post, we are going to talk louder. We are going to, we're just going to rise up at this point because we have to take our country back. When things like this start to happen, this is indicative of a banana republic, not the United States of America that everybody has grown to love and admire, not only here at home, but around the world. So, we're going to take this in stride. I just urge calm among everybody. Let the FBI, let the Secret Service, let the Trump team handle what they need to handle as far as figuring out who this was, why this happened. And, we don't want to escalate the situation anymore.
Do the Republicans fear? Do the Republicans apprehend that this was laxity either on the part of the Secret Service or on the part of the Pennsylvania State Police, that somebody, despite eyewitnesses saying that the man with a weapon on that single-storied platform, yet he was able to target the presidential candidate?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we really don't know. I do know that those closest to the Trump team probably aren't saying much right now. So if you hear things from other people, honestly, we don't know what's true right now. They're keeping everything close to the vest right now. I've reached out to my people, but again, everything is close to the vest right now because this is a very sensitive situation. I know there's a lot of stories going around, and that's why I'm urging calm among everybody. Nobody knows what really happened. All we care about right now is that the president is safe. He jumped back up. He was cognizant. He was energized. And, we all love to see that because had they actually succeeded in taking out the president of the United States, we might have been in a much darker situation right now here in America. So I'm glad that that didn't happen. And again, it's just going to invigorate us. You're going to see real resilience. And I believe that the only reason this is happening, like a lot of people, is because they've come to their wits' end and they understand that as of November 5th, 2024, Donald Trump will be elected president again, and as of January of 2025 he will take the White House back, and they understand that, they know that, and they're running out of options, and this is some of the stuff you're starting to see. Let's just hope it doesn't escalate from here, but again, I'm energized. I'm glad that the president's okay. And we're good here in America.
That's the point I want to come back to, Darius, when you say that you hope and the Republicans are very confident that the 45th president of the United States will return to the White House as the 47th president of the United States of America. But the Republicans have been apprehensive, according to some reports, that they're not just taking on the Democrats and Joe Biden, they're also taking on the American deep state. Can you elaborate on that, please, for us?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been the case since the beginning of, Trump's presidency. I know you don't know my story in the beginning, but in 2016, that was the first time I ever voted in my life because of President Donald Trump inspiring something inside of me that de-inspired things in the deep state that really irked and, really upset people that are in the establishment. So when we talk about the deep state, you're really talking about the establishment, political dynasties, people that have been in our House of Representatives. our Senate for decade after decade after decade, like the Joe Bidens of the world, like the Hillary Clintons and the Clintons of the world, and people of that sort. So right now I think we're really just getting to see what these people, and I'm not trying to link this to any particular political figure, but again, their rhetoric, the way they've been ramping up. I mean, we just saw reports the other day that in the meeting a couple of days ago, Joe Biden specifically said that we need to put President Trump in the bullseye. And again, I'm not saying that Joe Biden directed this attack that happened today, but again, this is another example of them calling us these radicals, them saying that we're saying these things and we're encouraging violence and things of that sort, when you really don't see anything of the sort on our side. Those are deep state tactics. Those are political tactics. They're playing political mind games with the American people. And unfortunately for them, the American people over the last couple of years, especially on this administration, have waken up. So their power isn't as lasting, isn't as strong as it's been in previous, administrations in previous years. And they're starting to, wake up to that reality. That's why you see so many people going against Joe Biden, talking about replacing him at this point, because they really understand that they are in a deep, dark situation right now where there's no chance they can win this election with the current nominee they have. There's no chance they can win this election, even if VP Harris was to step into his place. So they really have nowhere to go right now. And again, you're seeing some of these deep state political tactics being brought out. And this is just the beginning. And we have 3 months to go here in this country. So I just pray for resolve and pray that tensions calm down so this doesn't get too much worse. And that's kind of sad to say, because this is probably as worse as it can get.
The last 30 seconds I have on this part of the show, that's a big charge. Is there an apprehension that the deep state, or at least a section of the Democrats, as you fear, or the Republicans fear, may be even more desperate, that neither Joe Biden nor, in your appreciation, Vice President Kamala Harris could lead the Democrats? Could there be a repeat of what we saw? And is that your apprehension? Do you want more security for presidential candidate Donald Trump? Is that one big fear?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely is a fear for a lot of people, and it has been for quite some time, not just today, after this happened. In fact, my opponent, Bonnie Watson Coleman, actually sponsored a bill a couple of months ago that would have stripped President Trump of his Secret Service protection altogether, under the guise of stripping it away because he's now a quote unquote convicted felon. So, we have, again, this is a part of the deep state tactics. These are the things that we have been seeing. These are the things that we have been talking about, especially on the Republican conservative front. And absolutely, it definitely is a fear. But what I will say is this, the good thing about Republicans, conservatives in this country is we are God-fearing people. And as you saw today, when President Trump was attacked so viciously, God was definitely by his side and looking over his shoulder to walk away with such minor injuries in such a volatile situation. So yes, it's definitely a worry. It's definitely something we think about. But at the end of the day, we are America first. America first Republicans and Americans first. And there is no fear on this side, man. And like I said, it's going to bring out more resilience, and we're going to march through strong.
Darius Mayfield, Republican leader, for joining me here on India Today.